June 19, 1944. Task Force 58 moves steadily 200 miles west of the Marianas Islands, its massive formation of carriers slicing through the Pacific. The USS Enterprise, USS Lexington, USS Bunker Hill, USS Yorktown, and 11 additional carriers prepare to launch Grumman F6F Hellcats toward the advancing Japanese fleet. Vice Admiral Mark Mitcher commands the American carrier task force from his flagship Lexington, fielding 15 flat-tops carrying a combined 905 aircraft in a concentrated effort to halt Imperial Japan's desperate bid to defend its homeland. The events of this morning would shatter Japanese confidence in their air power. Lieutenant Warrant Officer Sakio Kamatsu adjusts his flight suit aboard the carrier Teiho at 7:30 hours. The morning briefing emphasizes maximum strike efficiency against American carriers reportedly operating east of Guam, with intelligence confirming 15 large flat-tops in 3 task groups southwest of Saipan. Kamatsu prepares to fly escort for the second attack wave, designed to deliver what Japanese planners hope will be a decisive blow. His aircraft is fitted with a centerline drop tank, extending its operational range beyond 1,000 nautical miles and transforming the agile fighter into a long-range escort platform. The doctrines guiding the attack stem from Japan's early war successes at Pearl Harbor, Darwin, and other campaigns, emphasizing coordinated strikes by skilled pilots in superior aircraft. Commander Minoru Genda's tactical philosophy maximizes the Zero's exceptional maneuverability and operational range, relying on pilots to dominate engagements through precise positioning, energy management, and the exploitation of any tactical advantage, even when outnumbered. Task Force 58 represents the largest concentration of American carrier power yet seen, featuring 6 Essex-class carriers, each displacing 27,000 tons with reinforced flight decks to operate heavier aircraft. This approach contrasts with Japanese carriers, which prioritized aircraft capacity over structural durability. American designers accepted weight penalties for strength and survivability, while the F6F Hellcat was introduced in late 1943 as a direct response to combat experience with the Zero, incorporating lessons from captured aircraft and pilot reports. At roughly 12,000 pounds, powered by a 2,000 horsepower Pratt & Whitney R2800 double WASP engine, the Hellcat reaches 380 mph and features armor protecting the pilot, oil cooler, and tank, along with self-sealing fuel cells. Its 6.50 caliber Browning machine guns, each with 400 rounds, provide firepower exceeding any Japanese fighter. From Teiho, Shikaku, and Zuikaku, 128 Japanese aircraft climbed to intercept Task Force 58 at 24,000 feet. Initially, no American aircraft are observed, suggesting potential tactical surprise. Yet, many of the Japanese pilots have fewer than 100 flight hours due to accelerated training programs that condense 3 years of instruction into 6 months. Training emphasized navigation and formation flying, while basic combat maneuvers received scant attention. Carrier landings were practiced just enough to average 5 successful traps before operational deployment. Lieutenant Junior Grade Tishi Yamamoto is among the few veterans with over 600 combat hours from missions over the Dutch East Indies and Rabaul, where Japanese aviation had previously dominated. The Zero's legendary reputation for invincibility held until Guadalcanal, where American tactics like the thatch weave and hit-and-run attacks exposed its vulnerabilities. Kamatsu's wingman, Ensign Hiroshi Tanaka, has only 75 flight hours and little practical combat experience. Fuel and ammunition shortages further limited training, leaving many pilots without live aerial gunnery practice. This gap in skill forces veterans to engage the enemy while protecting inexperienced wingmen, reducing overall formation efficiency. USS Yorktown's radar detects the Japanese formation 150 miles out, giving 20 minutes warning. Fighter directors vector CAP Hellcats for interception, revolutionizing air defense through centralized command. Commander David McCampbell leads VF-15 from USS Essex, climbing with 12 Hellcats averaging over 300 hours of flight time and extensive gunnery training. The American Operational Training Program, expanded in 1943, provided 500 hours of flight time including advanced tactics like energy management, deflection shooting, and coordinated multi-aircraft maneuvers. Hellcats' armor, self-sealing fuel tanks, and robust airframe give pilots confidence, capable of absorbing multiple 20 hits while remaining controllable. At 9:15 hours, Japanese forces encounter the first Hellcats approximately 90 miles west of Guam. Using their altitude for diving attacks, American fighters exploit superior speed and firepower. Tanaka attempts to force an overshoot, but the Hellcat follows with surprising agility. Multiple .50 caliber rounds strike, puncturing fuel tanks and severing control cables. His Zero explodes, proving catastrophic the lack of armor in Japanese aircraft. Witnessing the destruction, the psychological impact spreads through the Japanese formation as their pilots confront the reality of American technical superiority. McCampbell's division executes coordinated slashing attacks from 28,000 feet, diving at speeds reaching 450 mph, then climbing back to perch, using energy tactics to negate the Zero's maneuverability advantage. Communication failures compound Japanese disadvantages. Inferior radios produce static and feedback, and many pilots disable them entirely, leaving hand signals and pre-briefed formations as the only guide. The first engagement ends with 12 Zeros down in 8 minutes. Lieutenant Alexander Vatsu from VF-16 aboard Lexington intercepts a second formation of 12 Japanese aircraft, destroying 6 within 8 minutes using only 360 rounds of ammunition, demonstrating the effectiveness of American gunnery training. Radar-directed fighter control allows successive waves to be intercepted piecemeal, denying Japanese groups massed attacks. Vice Admiral Jisaburo Ozawa launches a second wave at 8:56, comprising 128 aircraft, 48 Zeros, 53 Judy dive bombers, and 27 Jill torpedo bombers. Fragmented formations due to inexperience and navigation errors consume fuel and reduce attack cohesion. Lieutenant Russell Reiser from VF-31 aboard USS Cat intercepts the lead element 60 miles from the task force, attacking from the sun and achieving tactical surprise. Within minutes, multiple Japanese aircraft spiral toward the ocean in flames. Survivors confront successive Hellcat waves positioned at different altitudes, maintaining American energy advantage throughout engagements. Anti-aircraft fire from destroyers and cruisers further disperses attacking formations. The third wave at 1100 hours sees McCampbell's 12 Hellcats engage over 40 enemy aircraft in a 20-minute running battle, personally destroying 11 planes, while Japanese formations collapse into defensive fragments. Lieutenant Commander Kenji Suzuki struggles back to the Japanese fleet on a damaged Zero, illustrating the severe losses suffered, surpassing previous carrier battles including Midway. Japanese intelligence fails to account for the Hellcat's superior speed, climb, and durability. F6F power of 2,000 HP nearly doubles the Zero's 1,130 HP engine, offering unmatched climb, acceleration, and energy advantage. Its 6.50 caliber Browning guns fire 850 rounds per minute, delivering armor-piercing incendiary rounds capable of destroying Zeros with minimal ammunition, while Japanese 20 cannons, low velocity and limited ammunition, reduce practical effectiveness. Radar-directed CAP gives Americans complete tactical awareness, enabling optimal fighter placement before visual contact, while Japanese carriers rely on limited Type 21 radars with only 60-mile range and poor reliability. By late 1944, Japanese replacement pilots averaged just 40 flight hours, while American counterparts maintain 525, with extensive gunnery and formation training. The qualitative disparity ensures F6Fs dominate encounters. A fourth Japanese wave of 82 aircraft is launched despite previous losses, but meets even more prepared American CAPs. By 14:30 hours, American search aircraft locate the Japanese fleet 275 miles west-northwest of Task Force 58. Mitchell orders a maximum strike of 216 aircraft, including 85 Hellcats, pushing operational range limits. Japanese carriers, reduced to 35 operational fighters, are defenseless. Ho sinks to torpedo hits, while Zuikaku and Chiyoda are severely damaged by bomb strikes. Darkness complicates recovery, yet Mitchell illuminates the carriers to guide returning aircrews, achieving 85% recovery despite losses from fuel exhaustion and night landings. Over 2 days, 445 Japanese aircraft are destroyed, including 395 carrier planes, while American losses total 123, with only 43 from combat. Over 400 Japanese pilots perish, including instructors, eliminating Japan's offensive naval aviation capability. The battle demonstrates industrial-scale training, superior aircraft design, radar integration, and tactical doctrine can decisively negate enemy doctrine regardless of experience. The F6F Hellcat exemplifies survivability, firepower, and energy advantage, allowing average pilots to achieve extraordinary results. Japan's elite carrier aviation collapses, resorting to kamikaze attacks, while Task Force 58 advances unopposed toward Japan. The Marianas turkey shoot cements American dominance, transforming carriers into instruments of overwhelming naval power and establishing principles of radar-directed defense, aircraft survivability, and systematic training that influence aviation for decades. Courage and determination alone cannot offset material and technological inferiority, and the Japanese Navy's inability to rebuild carrier aviation ensures American forces maintain uncontested superiority. The battle's aftermath sees Japanese survivors retreating, the invasion proceeding without interference, and Saipan, Tinian, and Guam prepared for B-29 strategic bombing operations. Veterans recall June 19, 1944, as the day American naval aviation achieved unchallenged supremacy, illustrating that industrial capacity, technological innovation, and methodical training can decisively overcome even the most skilled and determined adversaries. The F6F Hellcat emerges as the instrument of this transformation, proving that design philosophy emphasizing pilot protection, firepower, and energy management can empower competent aviators to dominate numerically and qualitatively superior opponents. The Philippine Sea battle demonstrates the decisive interplay of technology, training, and doctrine in modern warfare, marking the end of Japanese carrier aviation as a balanced contest and establishing enduring patterns for naval air power strategy worldwide.